Good morning, everyone. It's Vicki with Crochet with Vicki Joe. Hope everyone's having a great day. So today I just wanted to stop by and show you some items, some things that I'm working on. And I actually have a shawl that I was working on, and I only showed it one time, and I forgot to show you in my last video. It was one from Crystal, so I'll be showing that where I'm at. I have a few things from Annie's I wanted to show you. You remember, if you watched my last video, I had mentioned Annie's. It's a website that has all kinds of different things that you can buy. You can become a member and you can get all kinds of different patterns, from crochet, knitting, quilting, tatting, all kinds of, cross stitch, all kinds of anything you'd want to do. They have it on this website. So years ago, I used to be a member, and I forgot about them, actually. So the other day, it came to me. I think I saw an advertisement somewhere, and I said, oh, I have an account with them. So I went in there to see what all I had in there, because this was years ago when I first signed up, and I didn't even remember what all I had in there. But so I went in there, and I have a lot of stuff, a lot of patterns, and a lot of classes, videos I want to just share a little bit with you today. So anyhow, I just want to thank you all for joining me. This is Friday, almost 9 o'clock here in Arizona in the morning. And so I don't know what time or what day you'll be watching this video, but it's Friday here, and looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I just want to mention that yesterday we did take my husband to get the results of his blood work. As I told many of you, we went out to Phoenix to his liver doctor, and I just want to thank God that all the results came back good. His blood work shows good. He's not in liver failure as we once thought he was. So we got nothing but good reports. So all praise and glory goes to God. And I just wanted to mention that. So thank you, Jesus. But anyhow, I do have some things. Now, this shawl that I was talking about, and I meant to go in there and to see what the name of this shawl was. I'll have to tell you in the next video, or I'll put it down below in comments if I remember to do that. But this is her wraparound shawl. Now, it doesn't really show you the true color, but that's on the bottom. It's coming into like a very lime-ish green color. Very pretty. Starts off gray, and then it comes into like a green color. You can see that a little better. That's some way I can describe it. It's like a greenish, limeish, not even lime, just a very baby soft green color. But anyhow, this is the one that was really, really long. And I don't know how big I'm going to be able to make it. See, it's very long. I don't know how big, because this is the only cake that I have, and I'm not going to order any more of this. So I'll make it as big as I can with the yarn that I have there. But yeah, I forgot to show you last time. So that's the progress that I'm making on that. Crystal came out with the other part of a next video of the shawl, the crochet along shawl that we're following. So I did work on that a little bit until I got stuck. I'm not getting the correct numbers, but this is how, let me get it on the right side. Right side, where are you at? Right side. Yeah, this is the right side. So this is how it's looking. Probably a little too big to put in for you to see. Very pretty. Colors are coming out very pretty. Now, this is the last row, or not the last row, but I think the third row from the new video. And I'm doing all back. I think I'm doing, oh no, this is the one where I'm doing the single crochet, half double, double, triple, and then it goes back down the pattern. For whatever reason, my numbers aren't matching on both sides. So I stopped, put it away, and I will pick it up again and try and figure out where I went wrong. I do have her stitch count now. It makes it easier because when you're first working this pattern, I cannot find the stitch count. And she doesn't give the stitch count on each row as she's working it. So you have to find the list that she eventually sends over. You know, she'll post it. So I have all the stitches here now. So I have to go find that, see what row, figure out. I got to remember what row I'm working on. Then I can go in here and see what the actual stitch count should be, and then take it from there, and I can get back on track. Because yeah, it's if you're not, you have to have the exact stitch count, or you get all thrown off, and it's just not going to turn out. So I do a lot of fudging on it because there's just some rows you can't get them to work right for whatever reason. But yeah, so that's where I'm at on there. Got that done. So now that's all I'm working on right now. Well, my other blankets, but I haven't, or my other shawl, but I haven't done any work on that, so I'm not going to bother showing you that. And then I have the blanket, the granny square, and the virus. I have not finished or started working anymore on that since the last time I showed you, so I'm not going to show you that again today. But, so now to the good part. So I went into my Annie's, into the website, and brought up my account to see, you know, just exactly what do I have in there. And I have 71 patterns that I bought years ago. 71 patterns. Now these patterns consist of crochet, knitting, because I wanted to learn way back then, I wanted to learn how to knit. Here I am, I still don't know how. But I have patterns for knitting projects, Tunisian crochet, and I just have different patterns, amigurumi patterns, but I have 71 patterns. They also consist of stitch books, new stitches. I think I have a couple of books on stitches, so I'm going to be looking through that, and maybe I'll throw some out there, make a video of some stitches that, you know, I haven't showed previously. Also Tunisian books. I had quite a few Tunisian books on different stitches for Tunisian crochet. I know right now a lot of people are wanting to learn Tunisian, and there are a few channels out there that they are teaching Tunisian crochet right now. There's some out there that specialize just in Tunisian crochet, but I do have some books I'm going to be going through, see if I can, you know, make some. I have one pattern I found, and it's called, it's actually a video, one of the videos, and it's called a tri-lace shawlette. Very pretty. So I'm thinking of, I thought I printed that out, but I didn't. So I'm thinking of trying that. It's just a little wrap, a little shawlette, but it's done in Tunisian crochet. So that would probably be simple to learn. So I'll probably work on that. I also had 76 video classes. Now these are videos that you have different instructors that is doing something, teaching you a certain thing. Once again, it could be crochet, it could be Tunisian, it could be tatting, cross stitch, quilting. I have all of those. Back then I, worked on a lot of quilting. So I, bought a lot of classes on quilting. And, but there's 76 videos. The Tunisian tri-lace shawlette, that's actually a class. There's an instructor that will show me how to make that shawlette. So yeah, it's like, why buy any more patterns from anybody? Why go on YouTube and look up tutorials when I have a whole slew of patterns and stuff that I can be making? So I printed out a few that I'm going to work on, and I just wanted to show you the pictures of them. This one I remember buying years ago, but I never tried to make it, but it's very cute. I hope you can see these. This is called the choo-choo train, and it's all done in crochet. All the little trains are in crochet. Isn't that adorable? My mother-in-law makes these, but she makes them in that hard plastic, crochets them with that hard plastic, and they're beautiful. She's made several for the grandkids. She made one for my daughter, I think for my daughter, or maybe for me. And I don't know whatever happened to it. It got packed away somewhere. But I don't know. I think I lost it. But it was so pretty. I know she's made some for my grandchildren, for my children. And yeah, she does a really fantastic job. But they're more sturdy because they're made out of that hard plastic. I don't know how these ones here will hold up. I don't know, if it's maybe a thicker yarn, a heavier yarn that will help them to stand, where they'll be more firm. I'll have to see. I didn't look at the instructions, so I'm not too sure how that is constructed, how they do that, but I'll find out. Now, the next one I wanted to show you, this is another amigurumi, and it's called a roly-poly pillows. It's this one. Aren't those adorable? And I sort of remember buying this pattern, but I've never attempted to make it. So that's something I can work on. You can see, I'll put it up close for you to see it. I'm a different color. Isn't that pretty? It's so cute. So that was another one I found. I have so many patterns I couldn't print everything out, but I just went through and I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to try and make that. I'm going to make the choo-choo train, the roly-poly pillow. Then I found this really, really pretty Afghan. Now, this one's probably going to be a little more difficult. It's probably going to take, a lot more time because it's just a pattern. I don't believe it. I might have a video. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. But this is called the Cathedral Rose Window Afghan. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now on the actual picture on the computer, it looks a lot different than that, but I think it's very pretty. Very pretty, and it measures 78 inches in diameter. Oh, they use a Red Heart Super Saver. They use, wow, 8 skeins wildflower, 7 skeins of black, 2 skeins of dark orchid, and 1 skein of turquoise. So that's 15, 16, 18 skeins of yarn it takes. That's a lot of yarn. So it's something I will have to, I mean, I have a lot of yarn, but probably not enough of the colors to make this. So it'll be something I'm going to have to figure out exactly what I need and then order the yarns if I don't have them. I don't have Red Heart. I only have probably a few skeins of Red Heart. I used to have Red Heart, but I remember when I lived in Colorado and I was going through all my yarns, I had been given bags of yarn from some lady gave me the big green trash bags. They had given me bags of yarn. And I remember I just had them stored. And so I went through and was cleaning stuff out one day and I just filled up, so many bags and I gave them all to my mother-in-law. And the majority of them were Red Heart. So I got rid of all those yarns. At that time, I wasn't really into too much crocheting. I had just started and it was just too much yarn for me. I had nowhere to store it. And she did a lot of working at the senior center home or activity place. And my mother-in-law taught crochet to the older women there. So they used a lot of that Red Heart. And I think my mother-in-law uses mostly Red Heart. So they did a lot of, she did a lot of teaching. And so that came in handy for her. I know it did. So I gave her all that yarn. So I only have a few skeins of Red Heart. Red Heart is probably going to keep it more firm, but, because it's a little heavy. But the super, what is it? What did I say? Super Saver. I really can't say I'm that familiar with Red Heart because I don't use it. But it's probably like your other value yarns that are, a little heavier, they're four weight. But I just don't know. I don't know how soft this yarn is, Super Saver. Not too sure. But yeah, it does call for quite a bit. What's it say? Comes in 364 yards a skein. It's not really saying how many you need of each one or how much you use out of each one is what I'm saying. But it's pretty, and I'm going to eventually try and make it. It's gonna be. Now my next one, this one's going to be even harder. I remember this. Now this is a blanket, and I remember this blanket when I first ordered it, and my glasses are getting all that shadows in it. I can see it, so I apologize for that if you're seeing all these shadows in my eyes. But this blanket, I remember years ago when I first bought this pattern, I fell in love with this blanket. But I was, pretty much new. I had just picked crochet back up, and it was a big project to try and do. But now that I'm more mature in crochet and I have more years under my belt, I can probably figure this out. It is a pattern. I don't have a video for it. And I'm not that good with patterns, but I am getting better than I was last year. So let me show you this. This is called an Indian blanket. Is that not beautiful? I'm going to make this. I'm going to buy all the colors that it needs. I'm going to make it just like this with these colors because I think these colors are beautiful. So this is what I'm going to make. This will probably be a winter, maybe a winter project because I want to get all my supplies, everything that I'm going to need. I want to get them all bought, all together, have everything ready, and then start making it. So it's probably going to be toward the fall, maybe fall, winter, not too sure, but I will be working on getting my supplies together to make this. It's going to be a challenge, but I think I can do it. I like challenges, so I think I'll be okay with that. Now, this particular pattern calls for 13 colors. Okay, which is actually less than that other one. The other one, the cathedral blanket, was 18 colors. So this one calls for 13 colors. I forgot to look at what type of yarn they used, but this is an Indian blanket. And if you know Indian blankets, if you've ever felt them, I've had a couple. They're a little bit of a heavier weight yarn that's used. So it's probably, value yarn will probably work great making this blanket. Like twist, big twist, something like that. I'm not sure, but I have to look and see what type of yarn they, recommend, what they used here. But I'm definitely going to make that blanket. Now this blanket measures a 62 by 78 and a half inches. So it's a good size Indian blanket. So I definitely want to do that. So those are the projects that I have planned for this year. I would really like to reach those goals. Sometimes it's hard because things do come up, other things happen, or I find something else I like and I want to make it. But I am going to try really hard to work on these projects here. I think the amigurumis are going to be fun to do. And how many know you got to have a little bit of fun in between making the harder projects. And I do like making amigurumis. And yeah, I like making them. They're a little bit more time consuming, because the only problem I have with amigurumi is when you have to put it together. Now, Kayla at Mama Llama Kayla, I probably said it wrong. Sorry, Kayla. She glues hers. Because she doesn't have fingers, and it's hard for her to try and sew, pieces like that together. So she just glues them, and they work perfect. So if it's for me personally, and I wouldn't be selling them, I would probably try. I have tried to glue some of my amigurumis that I've made. I have glued. Like I did a squirrel, and it was so many hard pieces I glued them on. But that's the only part of amigurumis I don't like. Now this one I'm going to make, this one here, the only thing you have to sew on are those legs, and well, it's the same thing, the legs, the ears, and then you got to put the nose and the eyes. All of that would have to be sewed on. Not too keen about that, but I'll figure it out. And with the choo-choo train, it looks like there's might be a lot of sewing there on that too. Sewing them together, sewing the wheels on. Looks like a lot of sewing. I might glue it. I don't know. I have a hot glue. I can glue them. I can glue them if I want to glue them, right? My amigurumis, I can do what I want with them. A lot of people don't like it. They say it's cheating when you glue them together instead of sewing them together, but who cares? I mean, it's your creation. You can do what you want with it. But anyhow, that is all I have today. So I just wanted to show you, what's coming up in the future. Wanted to give the testimony about my husband. Thank you all for praying for him. And show you the scarf. I'll put it down below, the name of that scarf. But it is with Crystal with Bagode that has made this. It's one of her tutorials. So I will put that, I'm sorry, I can't talk. I will put that down below. So anyhow, that's all I have today, and I just want to thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, Jesus loves you. So do I. You be blessed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.